Welcome back to Let's Play Rome Total War. Carthage campaign, episode the 133rd with me, Squawker. And when we left off, we managed to push the Julii a little further back, though they are trying to push us back. But, you know, it's a bit of a push and push, really, if you want to put it like that. As we try to get closer and closer to capturing Salona and opening up a path into the coastline here and basically taking control of the entire Adriatic, or at least most of the Adriatic. I would love control of the Adriatic, by the way, have I ever said that? And we also just suffered a completely embarrassing and fucking stupid loss at my hands at Croton, because, well, yeah, the Brutii got the jump on me, so I'm quickly retreating with whatever forces I have, and we'll have to rebuild up, and, well, I want to have another crack at it. I mean, we have sufficient troops ready in Syracuse, so, yeah, this isn't exactly just going to be, oh, well, I fucked up there. No. I could try and risk it and go for Capua, but that would risk a counter attack from the Senate itself. I think my options boil down to either go to Tarentum now quickly while the Romans aren't looking, or wait for the Brutii to make a move, because what I suspect is they're going to try and board their armies onto a ship in order to come and strike back at me, at which point we'll ambush it, sink it, and then we'll just walk in and, well, you know, help ourselves to some territory. So, what are we going to do before we end this turn? Because this turn is just about over anyway. By the way, look at how much trade we've got going on here. Each little boat represents a huge pile of cash falling into my coffers. Boys should prepare to send out some extra troops from Carthage as well into the now Italian theatre. But, yeah, pretty much every town is doing something useful at this point. We'll have a quick run around, just have a little go, because it has actually been well over a week since I've recorded, mainly because the reason why there was no Rome Total War last week was I wasn't on a business trip, and I was also just extremely stressed out from work, so I just didn't really have, well, neither the time nor just the energy to sit down and record some Rome Total War. But now I'm actually on a weekend, so I can do what I want. So let's start with Sicily and then work our way around clockwise. So first things first, Messana isn't doing anything. We actually are pretty much out of money anyway, so I'm not exactly going to be doing a lot of spending. But Messana ideally should have some of the money for additional recruitment purposes. So there we go. Syracuse will divvy up its troops and prepare to make our move in a minute. Lilybaeum is currently just doing what it's doing. I do want to continue recruiting Lilybaeum as well, just because Lilybaeum is a frontier town, therefore it needs to continue recruiting. Admiral Pharos moved. Acca can move, but needs to be retrained, which is what we're doing. In Carthage, we're just building some of the extra Sacred Band cavalry, and then I think I will take some of these troops out and have them moving. Apologies. And by the way, hello Egypt. Are you coming to attack me again? Well, we best get ready. Bommelcar, I want you to tail him and observe where he's going, because it looks like the Egyptians are about to break their agreement. So what do we know about this army? Well, we are going to be dealing with Pharaoh's Guard, a lot of Pharaoh's bowmen, a couple of Nubian spears. I don't know if those guys can, oh, they can do a phalanx. Also got some Egyptian chariots. Last time we've, oh, and some desert axes as well, and Nile spears. And a few more chariot archers, right? So it looks like really overall the Egyptians do lack, like, you know, generic cavalry in this army, mainly a lot of counter cavalry and stuff. I'm going to need a fair amount of cavalry to take down those Pharaoh's bowmen, but luckily the garrison Lepsis Magna is pretty tough. And also, like we said before, my Pharaoh's Guard actually do, well, not my Pharaoh's Guard, my Sacred Band outrank Pharaoh's Guard. It's going to be at least two turns. Well, it's going to be 2 turns exactly until Captain Footmost arrives. So, I'm either going to recruit some of that Sacred Band, or I'm going to just say recruit 2 other units. So what we have right now, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 Poennies, 2 lots of Slingers, Armoured Elephants, Sacred Band Cavalry, but they are not at full strength. Long Shield Cavalry, Armoured Elephants, Elephant Regulars, and the Generals. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to recruit 2 different units. So, I'm going to actually go take Lilybaeum off recruitment this turn. So, if you could stop there. Lepsis Magna will work on some Long Shield Cavalry instead, and then we'll recruit something else next turn. But yeah, we've got to bunker down. Let's hope these other Egyptian armies actually aren't heading towards me. So, Milkaram, I want you to take up a position here and continue watching for Egyptians. That does mean I'm not going to be moving troops out of Carthage just in case, because things could be about to get messy in Africa, so we best be ready for a full-on Egyptian assault. I mean, it could be a full-scale assault this time. Or at least it could be one assault and then I'll go home again, and we'll just have to sit and wait for a enemy general, well, not an enemy diplomat, to rock up. So, yeah, whatever. Let's get ready to do some rumbling in the jungling. So, Thapsus, you need to get at least anything recruited, so some slingers are always useful, so start recruiting some slingers. Carthage is recruiting, so yeah. Serta, if you could take whatever troops you have and lock them off to Thapsus, that's going to be useful. Nepta, I'm going to leave Nepta as it is, because Nepta is just Nepta. I think the Egyptians won't really have an interest in capturing Nepta anyway. Demidi, well, Demidi doesn't really have anything useful for me to send over. Tingi as well, it's just one sacred band. But take the sacred bands and the Libyan mercs. Every little bit helps. There we go, right, so we're sending over some extra troops. Captain Theododecles did want to deal with those rebels, but you know what, those rebels are going to have to wait, because the Egyptians are a bigger deal, really, aren't they? So just get yourself down to Thapsus as soon as you can, and then we'll be ready for the enemy to come over and say hello. Meanwhile, over here, there are rebels to deal with. No money left to spend, really, so we can't really do a lot more. Right, what do we know about Captain Genza? 4 units, we have no idea what they are. Does Asturica have anything nearby that would be useful? No, it does not. Neither does Numantia. Captain Zalmoxis. Turn around again. You are now basically my anti-rebel police force, so you just go over there, do some anti-rebel things, and you know what to do. Just, well, kill the rebels, really. So we'll be dealing with that in a few turns' time. Mahabal, you just keep on moving. We did also manage to get Himliko extracted, didn't we? Yes, we did. Himliko got extracted here. We are currently in the process of retraining his troops. Captain Carrion, do you also want to get in the city, except you can't because he's a fucking stupid assassin in a way. Zeuxis, you want to just link up with Carrion, and there we go. Right, our 2 armies are ready. He's just looking for something to do. Gaul's just staring us down a minute. Could have a little skirmish with him, actually. It's just 3 warbands and a peasant. Take that army down, and then that's really the enemy weakened down a little further. A little skirmish with Gaul is actually a nice way to warm up, isn't it? I think my troops could take that army. Yeah, we'll do a little skirmish with Gaul. I think they're spoiling for a fight, and I shall give them their fight. So Batavia, we're going to retrain them, and we're going to just get right back out there. Mediolane doesn't have anything to offer. Segesta, I'm going to just keep the garrison steady just in case of Julii get ideas. It's not really a good time to be chupping units off out of Gaul anyway. We don't really have anything good. Also, well, the Britannians just continue to be weird. Oh yeah, and my little expedition up to Ireland is going up in smoke. But what I have done now is I've just chuffed up my navy a little bit. Right, Hasdrubal, I still want to get over there, so make it so, please. Anyway, we are going to end a turn now. We're going to observe the Egyptians getting a little close to us, and we're also going to see if the Julii are up to something. But before we do that, it's skirmish time. So let's have a little border skirmish with the Gauls. Not really a threat to me, but hey, got to keep myself in practice. A little battle's always fun. Anyway, if this is how Gaul chooses to fight, at least they're breaking down their army into nice manageable chunks for me, which might make taking Levarvum a thing that could happen much faster. So I'm going to bring in my barbarian mercs, slingers, Spanish mercs, a couple of Poenis, long shields, and some Iberians. Nice little army. I do lack on the ranged, but I don't think they'll be too useful here anyway. So, oh wait, Gaul's just going to run away, aren't they? But we still have an opportunity to take them down. Take them down. I know about Catigavanius and the other guy in Levarvum, they're just doing the usual Gaul strategy of general spamming, but we might be able to take them on. But for now, Captain Bathies, you outnumber the enemy by about 400 men, so strength ratio is 4-1. Shouldn't really be losing this one. We're fighting 2 units of warband, a very depleted unit of warband, and some depleted peasants. Should be next to no margin for error. Oh yeah, I do have ranged units. But yeah, there should be no margin for error here, Captain Bathies. Make it so, make me proud. Start nailing those last little few nails of the coffin that is the Brutii and Gaul.
Many brave soldiers have seen the dawn. How many will see the sun sing in the west? How many of the enemy already pray for night?
I don't know. I think the Gauls might light night, but whatever. Right, you lot. Nice little fight in a mountain pass today. It's a pretty wide mountain pass, and it's nice and summery at least, either way. Gauls are probably going to deploy over here, maybe in that little bowl actually over there, which would be good for my slingers to start knocking a few shots down. Either way, I'm going to keep my movements stuck to the road. The enemy is purely infantry, so they may try to get the drop on me. However, I trust the keen eyes of my slingers to prevent anything like that happening. Poenes, you're going to be here, but to be honest, you're not exactly going to have the most use in this battle, but, you know, any use I can get out of you is good. It's mainly going to be on the Mercs and the Iberians today, so these guys are my main units. You guys also fire at will. And there we go, really. We'll use the weaker barbarian line first, then we'll bring in the Iberians, and if need be, we'll let the Poenes have a go, and we also have the cavalry to get around the flank. So let's start our battle now. Where has Gaul deployed? They have deployed somewhere over here, so they actually are going to use the forests to hide. That's fair enough. Fair enough indeed. Or actually, they're not even going to deploy in the forest, so they're going to deploy close to the forests. So they're going to hide. Okay, here's the plan then, Stan. The captain's unit will always be not hidden. So, Balearics, focus your fire on taking down the back unit because your range is quite long and you should be able to accomplish this relatively comfortably. Rest of my units, I want you to deploy just outside a forest and prepare for further orders. So, we are going to get ourselves over here. Poenes, I want you to watch the flanks. Cavalry, you go up there. And that should work out for us at the end of the day. Should be a nice little thing. I did discuss the new DLC for Rome 2, didn't I? I do believe I did. Not sure if there's any other Total War news to go over. I did see the new campaign Let's Play for the new Midian faction. They look pretty fun. I think I was reading their faction roster. They actually get a mix of like African, Carthaginian, and Latin units. So I thought, oh yeah, it's basically like what Armenia is in this game. I was saying to my friend. I'd say I've also been indulging a bit of Age of Empires 2 this week. Should probably do a bit of Age of Empires for YouTube, maybe. I was thinking about it. I did play a 2-hour-long game yesterday on multiplayer. It was a game of Regicide, a 2v2, in which I had an ally who was about as useful as a chocolate sponge is useful for launching a rocket. If that analogy makes any sense, but I didn't want to use a worn-out chocolate teapot one, because chocolate teapots are useful because they are delicious. No, instead this guy just didn't fucking listen to a word I said. I was like, dude, I am trying to attack the enemy who basically sort of surrendered, well, one of them surrendered their initial base in the game. And then basically buddied up with his mate and basically built 1,000,000 castles with which to hide their kings. It was regicide mode, and yeah, it just worked out like absolute horse shit for me, really, because I was the only one attacking. I mean, luckily my economy was superior and I was pumping out troops at a nice, steady pace, but, you know, the assistance would have been good because since it was just me attacking 2 dudes, I was basically contending against 2 armies actively trying to bugger me up and flank and shit, so, yeah. But, you know, it was a fun game because I won in the end. One of the enemies made a mistake and then I chased the other one all around the map until he ran out of places to hide. I also kind of tricked him by basically not giving a shit about my initial base and secretly extracting my king to my new backup base. That was dead sneaky of me. Anyway, enough bragging about Age of Empires. What are we up to right now? Well, we're about to take on the Gauls, who have decided to unhide. So Balearics, take down the front unit if you wish. Either way, just get yourselves ready. The forestry might prevent some of our stones reaching their targets, but at the same time, these trees do suddenly become holograms at their own will. So yeah, we should be alright, really. So, right, lads, line up about here, please. And you lads, line up about here, please. That should be all the movement we need to do for this exact moment in time. So, let's just speed up a little bit more. Just get our dudes into position. Oh, God. Your range isn't as good as I remember it to be, but here we go. Okay, we're going to start opening fire. Slingers, no skirmishing, by the way. Try and get a few volleys out before they all wildly run over to attack us. Alright, first volleys are going out. Gauls coming over. Lads, organise yourselves quickly, because we're going to have to do a war cry. Right. Right, we've pissed off Gaul. Right, last volley's away. Right, you lot, get out of there. You lot, hype yourselves up now. Right. Iberian line, you need to be there. Poeni line, you need to be here. Right. We blew off our war cry. Get in there quickly before we lose the bonus. Gaul hasn't triggered their war cry. Alright. 2 of them went in. Right. Reform the line, lads. Reform the line. Gaul's fainting. They're just playing with us right now. Slingers, return to the front of the formation and prepare to loose off a few more volleys. We have no range capability, so this is ours for the taking, really. We can do what we want with them. They have to come to us. See, I'm not coming to them when I can just pick them off from a distance. Looks like he's going to try and reform. He's going to try and bring some units in to try and get them drop on me, but ain't going to work because I'm watching him. Okay, Balearic Slingers, just speed it up a little bit. Wait to start volleying against that warband there. You lot, get yourselves organised now, lads. Don't let a tree mess up your formation, by the way, because it looks a bit stupid, doesn't it? That was a pretty good volley we just launched off there, by the way. That unit is now getting significantly weak. It's already probably down by about 30-odd men. It's had about 70-odd in its first volley. Right, lads, don't get too far forward. We've got the enemy coming back in. You guys ready to war cry again? Right, good volley, good volley, good volley. Let one more out. Right, lads. War cry, you lot behind the lines. I'm going to take your fire at will's permissions off. And once more, Gaul is going to faint. Because I have got control of them. Good, 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 good. They're only interested in slingers. They know they'd lose in a fight against my front line. Since Gaul has no capability to flank due to the lack of cavalry, all I can do right now is I can just go back and forth and wipe out their units while I still have their backs to be in retreat. And basically just keep doing this until my Balearics run out of ammo. So that is going to be my strategy for now. So let's just get another volley out, see how it goes. Yeah, not bad, right. Keep them coming, keep them coming, keep them coming. Good volley. I'm not going to risk getting another one out. Well, at least my guys actually did try to risk getting another one out. Right. War cry it. Slingers. Come back around again. It is like having a little puppet on a string with these guys. Get another volley out, get it right in their backs. I mean, we've already reduced this unit by about 30-odd men now. A good volley in the back is going to probably take them down tenfold now. There we go. That's like 10 units going down in that volley there. Get another one out. This unit is getting wiped out. Its morale can't be doing much better either. This is exactly what I want. And the peasants are coming forward now as well. That's curious. The peasants would break very easily in a one-to-one fight. Hello, a slinger volley against them will probably crush the unit in, well, very quickly because they're not even shielded. They're very vulnerable to missile fire, in fact. Still, let the peasants do what they want right now. I'll observe them and see what they're up to. Perhaps disband, well, not disband, dispatch units who deal with them individually. Either way, I'm nearly halfway through my ammo now. This unit is nearly halfway dead. Things are just turning out quite peachy keen for us. Right. Oops, didn't mean to pause. Right, guys. The other unit is getting a little closer to you now. Not that they're too close for comfort, but may as well, if I want to come forward, then let them have a one. And also, they're not quite facing the front, so there we go. Also, this unit's close to dead. They claim to be impetuous, but to be honest, if I was having studs chucked to me from God knows where, I would actually be fucking shitting myself and probably want to turn around and do tactically retreat all the way home. And oh, they turned around, so there we go. Nice one, guys. Very good. And their morale is actually now sinking. It's trying to go back up, but even if I get them close to the lines, but either way, they're not going to last much longer in this battle. I mean, another good volley would probably put this unit nearly out. I mean, there we go. Running out of troops, Gaul, aren't you? Running out of troops. I mean, alright, death's been at your door for a very long time in this campaign, thanks to basically me and the Britons and a little bit of the Julii, but you know, I still like to think that Gaul has been my primary target. But really, alright, I guess in fairness, the Julii have done more to destroy Gaul than I have, but Gaul has actually been so much of an annoyance in this campaign to me. I've taken my fair share of their lands directly off them. This unit's just about dead now, by the way. We're only down to 3 dudes. Come on, guards. Hopefully my slingers can finish him off. Ooh, this guy's a bit tough. Right. Another volley, please, my slingers. Very strong, man. Okay, lads, don't bother wasting any more volleys on him. If he wants to be invincible, let him be invincible. Waste your stones on something more valuable taken out. He can be the lone warrior, thinking he's all brave and cool. Whereas here, we're going to start hoarding up a few more kills. Right. What is this guy up to? What is his story? The lone brave warrior who's just sponged so many volleys. I don't know, someone come up with a backstory for him. Let's call him... I think one of the guys was already called Carthaginius, so we'll call this guy Twattervirginius. What was his backstory? Why is he so brave? And what will his last thoughts be as he gets closer and closer to my line and is probably going to get absolutely fucked to shit? Or he's actually going to completely destroy my army, but either way... Something very peaceful about his walk. So he just patrols his homelands, soon to be part of my empire. Oh, wait, he ran off. Yeah, I guess. I don't. Oh, by the way, he can say several things at once. By the way, he's good at throwing his voice in a way. Right, guys, can we just clean up our formation a bit? By the way, come on. Clean up your formation a bit, because I don't want to suddenly find out a lot of my guys have been dying from friendly fire. That would be a bit embarrassing. Right. Get a few more volleys out against those warband. I know you're just about out of ammo, but you've done a very good job today, my slingers, so just keep it up. And there we go, right. Slingers, I want you to leave the battlefield now, and you have done a very good job. Warband, advance your line forward and prepare to sweep in and finish what's left. We've got this warband now down to 81 men. We've got one full-strength warband to deal with. So basically, yeah, we're only dealing with 2 warbands now. Peasants are still in the mix somewhere. They're just there. They shall fall pretty much regardless of whatever happens in this battle. Okay, cavalry, I want you to start moving up on the flanks as well, by the way. Get ready to do what you need to do. I will keep the Iberians and the Spanish mercs close by, but I'm not going to say these guys are going to be completely essential to my victory. Either way, victory is more or less assured at this point in the game. I know the enemy peasants are hiding in somewhere, though, and these guys are trying to just hype themselves up a little bit. We shall do likewise, so we shall do likewise once we are just within range, so... Right. I want you to line yourself up here. Just trying to navigate these lovely little forests here. You lot. Be very wary, there may be enemy peasants nearby, so I want you guys to stop and hype up now before you do your charge forward, because I know they're hiding somewhere around here. Okay. There they are. They've shown themselves. Right, you lot, get in there. You lot, hype up. You lot, hype up. And then I want you to pull right in. Right, here we are. The charge has begun. Guys, you can do better charges than that. Come on, come on. Get your entire unit in there. Right, they're going to take on the peasants. My guys, I'm already losing morale, but that's because they're kind of being a bit stupid with their pathfinding, but whatever. Anyway, we've managed to crash into this unit. We managed to break one unit down. Right. Break the other one down. Come on, come on, come on, come on. While we're still up there. Cavalry. Get a good old flank charge into their side. Chase the peasants away. Right, you lot. Chase. You two. Finish off this main unit. Cavalry. I'm going to come right in on the flank now. Adequate charge, but I've seen better. Right. Long shield carry, because you don't have a longevity at all, because I know what you like. I want you to pull out a little bit, so there we go. Managed to also absorb the attention now of the warband, so this is good. So that gives time for me to strike them down on the flanks, which we are doing right now. Cavalry, we're going for a traditional hammer and anvil, so you know what to do. My men of the anvil, you have a hammer. Do what must be done. So, right, my guys are now in the mix. Morale is holding okay, but the Gauls are slightly outdoing us. Well, because we are just fighting a general's unit, but either way, we're going to go right into the back, and we're going to watch their morale just go from 1 to 0 now. That's that was 0.2 now, but either way, finish them off. Come on, we've got them wavering. Perfect. Finish them off. More than that, I killed the better. Looks like some of these guys have got away though. Hopefully not enough though to be of a threat to me. I mean, yeah, less than 20 men have escaped there, haven't they? He's not going to escape either. Finish him off, lads. Good job, right. Cavalry, what are we up with now? We're chasing down what's left. There goes the captain, whoever he was. Okay, chase down whoever's left, kill them all, and then we are in happy days. Very happy days, really. I mean, there we go. He's down. Good job, lads.
In your grasp, and there is nothing the enemy can do but run.
A successful border skirmish, or a border skirmish, that was a bit weird. What is it, you know? A successful border skirmish pushes back the Gauls, reduces their strength down to nearly nothing. They may try to strike back, we'll hold them out defensively, but either way, looks like Levavum is going to be added to my collection of territories very, very soon.
Glorious victory!
You did well, Captain Byfees. We could even try and move you up now to engage with Cataveganius, to be honest. Which I've done, but, you know, he isn't going to reach him this turn anyway. Let's see if he tries to approach us and attack. For as I suspect right now, Gaul is at its end. And bring about their end would be a very, very fine thing to do. Either way, we are going to end a turn now. Probably deal with a few naval flak, maybe some Julii. Brutii probably aren't going to attack us, but I do want to watch what they're up to because, yeah, I fucked up there, but whatevs, right? Let's get ready to do what we need to. By the way, Yukpan, your orders are to make your way... Oh, wait, he can't do things over multiple turns because Yukpan is lazy, right? Nah, Yukpan isn't lazy. Yukpan's cool. He's faction leader, after all. Okay, lads. Next turn, please. Try not to disappoint me or anything. In Egypt, please just send over the one army, because it's not that I can't be bothered dealing with you, it's just that I have more important things to do than deal with you and your petty empire, which I will very happily conquer one day.
Our ships are under attack.
Right, the Brutii are heading north. That could be concerning, but right now the Julii have doubled down on their attack against me. Hopefully we don't lose because I am carrying an army. Only, you know, hopefully we don't sink. Oh, we won't. That's a better outcome. But then again, the Julii just don't stop coming, right? Oh, good. 2 for 2. And hello, Gaul. You did take me up on my offer. Good. Catavingus Ionis has paired up with Budrik of Carcasa. It's faction now and just family dude. And some barbarian mercs. Bring them on. We'll take them. So first is 1-to-1, however the bar looks a little shufty in my side. Numbers are more or less on my advantage. Provided the enemy cavalry just doesn't break the will of my men, we should be okay. The Poenes will make a part of the front line this time around in order to absorb the enemy's shock. But either way, win this battle, and as in kill both enemy generals, Levavum will be mine, possibly even, well, actually won't be next turn, but you know, it will reduce Gaul's lifespan to being that of only 2 turns from now. Proceed, my men, or at least prepare to defend yourselves. In peace, sons bury their fathers. In war, fathers bury their sons. In war, Gauls just bury other Gauls, and then I have to do the rest because there's no more Gauls left. Right, cool. Still, we've near enough escaped the mountain pass at this point. I guess it might be signalled by this lovely rock, and also all the weird whitey rockies. Lots of rocks. Anyway, this hill will make a nice defensive position for us today. Gaul is attacking from one direction only. We're not going to randomly surprise us on the flanks again, so, well, it wasn't even Gaul who did that, but, you know. Barbarian mercs, you'll make the front line. Relatively thin spread, I know, but you should be a relatively okay defensive force. However, Poenes, I'm going to spread you to your 3-line formation, and you will actually make up the centre, for you will be a tempting target for the enemy. Because as we do know, enemy generals love to take on a Poene straight up in a fight, and it never works out. Iberians, you will provide support on this flank, and Spanish mercenaries, you'll provide support on this flank as well, so you will also fire at will. Skirmishers, no skirmishing, you're right up at the front. Just volley, volley, volley as soon as you can, okay? My units now have their orders, they know what they're up to, so let us prepare for the enemy assault. Who is very, very far away, by the way.
Slingers,
Slingers, I want you to position yourselves here now, actually. Put yourself at the edge of the hill where you should be able to get a little bit of a better firing arc. And then we may be able to take on more of those barbarian mercs. Those are the ones I really want taking down because they're a full unit and they're basically going to be on par with my barbarian. Well, actually, no, they won't be because mine actually have much better equipment and gear. But, you know, those guys do have the potential to do a lot of damage. I mean, that being said, obviously the enemy generals are going to be by far the most difficult unit to deal with. However, if we let the Poenis do their job, get the cavalry around their flanks and basically overwhelm and surround them, should be able to take out the generals. And usually once the general himself dies, the bodyguard unit usually, I'm not saying every time, but usually the general's unit will retreat. So, I'm just going to move the slingers up a little close. I'm just going to basically try my luck here. We're just going to triple speed it as well, let the enemy get a little bit closer. So, near enough appearing on the map. Looks like they're trying to divert their approach a little bit though, which is very odd. I think they might be up to something. I think they're going to try and look for a flank they can try and exploit. In reality, I think actually it probably would have been better if realistically you could walk up this, you know, this white rock stuff. Like I said, that is fucking impassable because, yeah, let's face it, the hills in this game are quite poorly defined. I mean, I remember there was one time, I don't know if this was ever went on YouTube, but you could actually fucking climb these mountains and just chuck all your men on top. Basically, yeah, you would win because everyone will get exhausted walking up the sheer gradient. Right? What is the enemy up to? They're just trying to flip around us. Right? Poenis, we've got to make this quick because I know what the enemy's like for doing this. But sometimes if I try and maneuver myself, the enemy will try and take advantage. Since Poenis do take a few minutes to get themselves organised. Either way, just get yourselves into position, lads. Valiant Slingers, I want you there now, by the way. Make it speedy. Don't know what they're up to. It's more like they're just walking past us rather than attempting to fight us. I guess this is just going to be what's known as a casual encounter. Anyway, Slingers, over there. Just get as close as you can, really, now. I just want you ready to fight. Right. Call it a halt there. You can start opening fire on the barbarian merc. So you do that. Barbarian mercs right behind the Poenis now, please. It's in. God, maneuvering these guys is so awkward. Right. There we go. That's what I want. Right, guys, just get ready. Right, we've got the enemy's attention with our slinging. Managed to take out a few of these guys as well. Gonna have them just target really the barbarian mercs because that's where we have the opportunity to get the most kills. The enemy generals are just going to be... God, he's a huge unit as well, isn't he? He's going to be tough. The other one is going to be tough as well because he's on 61, but 109 of these guys. I may have bitten off more than I can chew here, but at the same time, I don't really have the resources to commit to a huge invasion of Gaul. Or at least, you know, of Levartham. Either way, we'll do what we can. We'll do what we can. That's what we can do. We can do what we can. I think if we play our cards smart, we might be able to take them down, and then ideally in a siege we'll just hold them to starvation and then declare victory, which will be a very undramatic way for a faction to die out. But at the same time, I'm not really in a rush, so I don't need to do the really quick sieging thing. I mean, the Britons aren't going to snatch up the kill from me because the Britons are allied to Gaul, and well, let's face it, I think the Britannians actually just don't even care about Gaul. They probably forgot it existed a long time ago while they were building up their empire, or confederation, or whatever you want to call it, kingdom. Anyway, we've pretty much halved this unit of barbarian mercs at this point. I haven't quite slowed them all down, but we do have the opportunity to basically just get as many kills as we can while they slowly walk up the very, very hostile terrain, really. So this really does bring Gaul's military tactics into question. Anyway, what I want to do is, Slingers, is the classic old, well, we've done what we can at this point. So, Slingers, pull out now because the enemy cavalry's speeding up. When I double click, I mean, get out of there. I want to get these guys positioned on the flank and ready to do some extra stuff. You guys really should correct your formation, by the way. Right. Slingers, keep it fast because you're about to get hit. Right, Slingers are in a good position, but at the same time, the enemy general has just been caught up by my Poenis, and the general himself is right in the front of the formation as well. This is good, this is good. He's going to get fucking slaughtered now. Poenis, keep up your attack. Barbarian mercs, war cry, except for you, because you're going to have to do what you can, and one of them's already died. Good. He's out. Whatever the outcome of battle is now, we are now down 1 Gaul general. Iberians, move in and provide support against that enemy general. You lot, move in, provide support. I want that unit wiped out now. You two, focus your attack on taking out the other enemy general. Either way, I want everyone taking out that guy. Cavalry, let's get around the flank now. We need to put as much pressure as possible on this unit. He's already basically gone below half of his unit strength. Do have the enemy barbarian mercs in the area though, so that's why I've sent my guys to take him down. And he's down! Perfect!
The enemy general has been killed and his men lose hard.
Right, the enemy's pretty much in full retreat, barring that one chosen warlord, but at this point he's probably just going to leave the battle on his own accord. Cavalry, chase him down, finish him off. Chasing down the general's cavalry is not of a great concern to me either way, with their key units now lost. These men have failed in their purpose and therefore will exile themselves for forever, really, because, you know, they are failures of a bodyguard. Anyway, we played our cards right here. Losses are losses. I mean, yeah, we have lost, but at the same time, losses are at a minimum. And yeah, we really played it right. I mean, obviously, I think really our victory does come from Gaul playing it wrong, actually, because what the Gauls did was basically be a bit stupid and basically, you know, instead of taking the easy way up, which I know here is basically a choke point, but in basically trying to match up terrain that was absolutely hostile and just, you know, a right nadger to navigate, Gaul have just gone and got most of their men killed there, and then when they tried to take, you know, petty revenge against my slingers, they basically walked right into the jaws of my poennies. So, yeah, Gaul, you've scobbered it up a little bit, but at the same time, this is good. 2 enemy generals remain, both in the same city, and we will lay siege to a city next turn.
Victory is yours, and no one...
Well done, my men. Only 146 of my men died in this battle, and the enemy is practically eliminated. You did very, very well. And actually, the Balearic Slings got a promotion, so that is also good news to me. Okay, let's see if anyone else has anything to do this turn. I think Gaul was near enough for the last faction to do anything. Well, apart from the Britannians are wandering around, and then the annoying pirates have come to annoyingly pirate all over the place. And we beat them, so they're sunk. Good. Right, the sea is mine, but losses right now are getting really, really serious. I mean, yeah, it's not looking good for us, but try and get up there. And oh, why did you just split up? Right, get there and link back. Oh, right, I think this is one of those fleets that can't link up now because naval logic. Right, you try and go there. You just go there. Right. So we jump through our notifications, and then let's see what is what. And then I think, you know what, we can squeeze in one more battle before we call it a day. Either way, yeah, Captain Footmost will be at the gates of Leptis Magna within 1 turn. It is going to be a sally forth, and Captain Achaniot is going to be following up. So it is going to be 2 for 2. So we can't ship any more troops out of Africa at this point. We are doing a export embargo. Get an additional unit of skirmishers in this army. They could be useful to us. Right, end of turn report. Teeny weeny loss. Right, town city grows up. Massilla has grown up to the next level. Establish that royal palace then, please. And Lex Papira. In an effort to prevent corruption and malpractice, this new law requires legislation to be voted into force by secret ballot to prevent vote rigging scandals. Oh wait, that's just something pathetic senates do pathetically, while I just have a ruling family who rules and does their job properly. Right, whatever. Brutii are splitting their forces up, but I am concerned that one of these forces may be heading towards me in northern Italy at this point. Assassin, by the way, assassinate him. Good, you did well. Another assassin down, and that makes my life a little easier. Continue to monitor this area and prepare for anything that's going to be weird or, you know, out of place or in my way. Admiral Giskin, by the way, I need to get to Messana, and I want the army to basically, you know, dismount, get into Messana, and retrain whatever we can retrain, and then we'll have a review of what we have left next turn and prepare our next move. Right, faction announcements, by the way. Bomilcar Ildera has been born. Himilcar Tunis gained a agriculturist, which has increased his farming output, so I guess that's alright for Asturica, really. Barbarous Turkey, you got a lot of repairing to do, so why don't you just crack on with that, please, because the town is apparently in rebellion again. How bad is it? 65%, fuck's sake, right. You can't even recruit peasants anymore either. Oh, well, skirmishes are relatively cheap, but at the same time, fuck's sake. Cutting my balls here, Asturica, really, aren't you? Akbar Lol, by the way, gained a agriculturalist as well, was it? No, he gained a silk merchant, which gave him a bonus to his trade. That's cool. Yeah, Lamonum's holding steady for now. Can we try and reduce some... no, we can't. Right, well, can I at least just replace these guys with peasants just to save, you know, a very tiny amount of pennies, but still pennies saved, so yeah. We are working on that awesome temple to Tanit, by the way. It is getting closer to completion. Right, construction report. Carthago Nova completed its army barracks, so that's good. It can recruit better infantry now. Since I'm getting a little low on funds, I'm probably not going to do much more construction. I think I might use the rest of this money for recruitment now. But Tingi did build irrigation, so that's increased its food output. Lugdunum now has a foundry, so we'll, well, not for fucking peasants, but, you know, we'll get these guys trained up now with better equipment, really. Scalabis has a secret police network, hasn't done shit, really, to cure the massive, massive problems, but at the same time, I'm going to replace these guys with peasants now, because, yeah. And there we go. Cool, right. Anything else to do? Syracuse completed its temple to Baal. Start working on the other temple to Baal now, the bigger temple to Baal. Brilliant, right. Recruitment by the way, Lemon some town militia, Carthage some sacred band cavalry, Xertus some sacred band, Damidi some peasants, Thapsus some slingers, Scalabis some town militia, Lepsis Magnus some long shields, Batavium some sacred band cavalry, Messana some Poeni, Syracuse a new trieme, and they're in a retraining zone. Cool. Right, Admiral Chermes, you should be capable of finishing off Admiral Placus, so please make that so. Good, good, good. I love a clear victory. Right, return to port. Admiral Theododecles, get rid of Admiral Marcus, please. Good. And he's sung. Best outcome possible. Okay, return to port. Admiral Thera, by the way, I want you to intercept Placus and finish him for good. Perfect. Begin making your way to attack Admiral Spurius. Admiral Acha, I want you to take down Admiral Quintus. You should be able to deal with, and then try and establish a blockade of the area. Thank you very much once more. And what do we know about Admiral Herennius? Not carrying anything, right? I could sink him, but at the same time I could just... Actually, I don't think this area's trading anyway, right? Take down Herennius. I'm having one of those turns where naval combat actually works, and it is really nice. Either way, we've done a very good job there of disrupting the enemy navies. Gisken, you can't really do anything this turn, so yeah. Navies have pretty much done what they need to do. Chermes, I'm just going to keep where he is right now because I want him just to continue his blockade of the area. I dealt with you two this turn, didn't I? Yes, I did. Right, cool. Right. I think what I'm going to do next is we are going to skirmish with the Julii. By the way, can you merge up, by the way? Just because, yeah, I know it's going to put us a unit down, but I just want that unit merging up. Right. Any decent mercs to hire, by the way? Illyrian mercenaries, I will do one unit just to round out my numbers, and these guys can be useful to me, right? Yupan, we'll take on Captain Galerius next. We'll try and push his army back and get closer to Salona. Either way, we need to try and take down these Julii armies, because they're basically recruiting too many troops for my liking, but we will deal with that in a minute. I think, you know, today's theme is dealing with Gaul. So Captain Bathais. I have a spy in here, but if spies open the gates, we're just going to go and finish Gaul today. And that would be really awesome. But somehow I think the chances won't be in my favour. Oh, they're in my favour. Right, Gaul gets wiped out today. But we'll deal with you now, actually. Sod it, because you know what? We're getting close to an hour. So, yeah, this is... We'll call this episode Gaul Got Fucked. Because Gaul got fucked, right? Proceed with your assault. Finish them off. Bye-bye, Gaul. I hope the captain of this army has actually made man of the hour now for his efforts, because he fucking deserves it. He's led a successful campaign into Gaul. Either strength ratio is 1-to-1 again. We are fighting just 2 generals' bodyguards, but this time they will fight it to the end. Urban, the honest, and the Jotaurus of the Bracates are my foes. We shall do what we did last time. The enemy generals did not give us too much hassle. We'll just push against them, overwhelm them, get the Poenis against them. We should take victory through that medium. Either way, It'll be a simple walk into the city, so we should have little issue contesting the centre. If I suspect the enemy will just focus on camping in the middle. I think this might actually be the top level of a barbarian town, actually, so it might... Oh no, it's actually quite
Many
shit.
brave soldiers have seen the dawn. How many will see the sun sing in the west? How many of the enemy already pray for night? There is no shame in being scared, but fear should never be your master. Now cheer, you noblest of men, and sound the advance!
Okay, man, I've said it before and I'll say it again. There is no margin for error today. Our goal is to completely and totally crush the enemy. We'll move in through this gate, take control of this area, have a cavalry try and flank round, and see that the two generals are eliminated. Even if we lose the battle, the elimination of the two generals would spell Gaul's doom there and then. So, whichever way you look at it, there is a very, very low chance of Gaul seeing the end of his turn. So, I've got my barbarian mercs formed up. I've got my additional infantry formed up. Poenes will actually come in first, just in case the cavalry is quite testy. So, yeah. Slingers we're going to try and use, but to what degree of effectiveness they'll be used, I'm not quite sure in my head just yet, but I am thinking about it. Cavalry, you'll be flanking around. These guys, probably not the best to go toe-to-toe against a chosen warlord, but at the same time, they do seem to hold their own for a short time, so they're allowed to take part, and also my captain is here. So, right. Looks like one enemy is ready to meet us at the gates. I could throw in the Poenes first, however, Poenes do have a bit of issue getting their way through a gate in an organised manner. Instead, with an open gate, I think I just came up with a way to use my slingers. Slingers, move up and basically pelt through the gates. Poenes, I want you ready to provide backup though, should the enemy try to take the offensive against us. That will be our first move. So let's just speed up and let the Poenes get in position. Right. Slingers, you probably should be able to hit from that angle, by the way. So get yourselves just stood here and prepared to do what you need to do, because I don't see how you could miss from here now. There we go. Spears down, lads, by the way. And there we go. We're probably not going to get a lot of kills doing this, and actually the enemy's just going to run off anyway. I was hoping we could try and just soften the enemy unit up a little bit, but oh well, we tried. Actually, they might come. Oh, no. I was hoping actually we would have just pissed them all off and they would just all come running through. Either way, one of them died, so it's not a total failure, this tactic. It just didn't really work out the way I wanted it to work out. Okay, Barbarian Mercs. Right, Slingers, call it a day, by the way. Barbarian Mercs, I want you to move in and take control of this area now. Take control of this street and prepare for any incoming enemy assaults. Slingers, they're trying, God bless them, they are trying. Whether or not we're getting any hits, I don't know. Oh, actually, I've got another hit, right? I'll let the Slingers keep on trying, because they really are giving it a go. And if the enemy does try and come out and really go against us, then we've got them, really. We will have them. But then again, if the enemy... I was hoping they'd actually just slink all the way up that street, and then that would be perfect. What are they up to? Okay. Guys, I want you to just hold your position there. The cogs in my mind are turning because the enemy is out up to something. But right now we're just going on rather wild and erratic patrol routes. But you know, my slingers are trying their best to try and get a few shots out against them. It really is like one of those arcade machines where, you know, you're trying to hit the little wooden duck with a rifle. But here's the thing. If we time it right with this enemy patrol just going here, there and everywhere like it is now. Point is, get in there. Cut off the enemy should they try and retreat down. Yes, 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 yes. Right, they're going over there. Perfect. The Pawnees can cut the enemy off from this angle, and the Barbarian Mercs can hold this main, can hold the wider area. Therefore, we should be in a better position. Spanish Mercs and other units, by the way, basically, you know, Spanish company, that's what we call them, or Iberian company. Make your way in. Either way, the walls are now mine.
Now the way to your victory is clear.
Slingers, you can form up at the back as well. They are allowed to take part. Right. Looks like the enemy's going to try and react to us. Poenis, form up pretty quickly now. Otherwise this gamble could go wrong. This is tense. Come on, guys. Get those spears down. Here comes the enemy. Right. Barbarian mercs. We need to mob this unit now. Poenis are trying to do their best. They're trying to get our spears down. We are slowing this enemy unit down. However, Poenis are holding their morale. Enemy general's going to have more morale than us. Because this is actually the actual physical enemy general. But, right. He's more interested in just bypassing the unit. He didn't want to fight. He just wanted to run. Let him run. Right. Poenis, get yourselves into an organised formation. We are now fighting. You lot, get there and get yourselves ready. Managed to slow down the enemy quite nicely at this point. He did manage to take quite a few significant losses as well, just from that. Whereas my losses were relatively low. I keep thinking I can hear combat by the way, so I'm not sure if it's just random sound effects or if the unit is actually still fighting us, but I don't think that is the case. By the way, you guys, could you try and not do that, please? Because it doesn't really look very good on my performance, as you would say. Just get yourselves organised. Come on. What the fuck are they doing? Call yourselves a trained army. More like a trained circus freak, right? Everyone is getting ready now, at least. So, right. So let's triple speed this one, because it looks like now the enemy, well, doesn't not to say they have no intention of fighting back, but they have little intention of fighting back at this point. Right. Barrack says, don't open fire just yet. You can start doing your thing once the Poenis have formed a proper spear wall, which, you know, they haven't really done, because I think some of them are a bit confused, as in terminally confused, which I'm hoping doesn't ruin this battle, because, yeah, that isn't supposed to be happening, but it is happening now. Right, Spanish mercs, I want you right behind, providing support. Slingers, start opening fire. We'll have to do what we can with this Poeni unit. Cavalry, by the way, you need to be in the city now as well. Please make your way in swiftly. I want you to take control of this area of the city. Right, slingers are opening out some fire. Got the enemy's attention. Right. Right, they're not running just yet, right. We're being skirmished by the enemy cavalry. My Balearics have skirmish permission, so we should be able to hold out for now. Right, a few stones are going loose. Don't think we're quite getting any kills, but, you know, we're doing what we can. We're doing what we can. Just let the enemy scoot around for now. Right, this time they're actually committed, and I couldn't slow it down in time because I just thought the enemy was fucking about. But then again, my skirmishers, even when I do tell them to sling or, you know, skirmish, they actually don't skirmish. Right, Poenis, move forward. Or not. Yeah, I think this unit actually has a harder time following orders now just because of the, well, the 5 amigos over there being absolutely stupid, right? Poenis, form up on the street here and prepare for any incoming enemy assaults. Barbarian mercs, I want you to start making your way up this street. I want you to control this flank here. Cavalry, make your way up here, control this flank here. Iberian backups, assist the Poenis. I know where I want my men. I know what I want them doing, or what I want them to do. Every man has a purpose, every man has an order to follow. Barbarian mercs, try and keep it down there, by the way. Don't be being stupid or trying to be overly brave. There's still a lot of enemies left to kill. But so far we're doing okay. Slingers, by the way, if you want to come back into the fray. Guys, what did I just say about not being stupid and throwing yourself into a fray unnecessarily? Come on. I want to control the flanks, not just give away our ideas. There we go, right. Keep it up, lads. Keep it up. Gonna snake around and strangle the enemy. Poenis, move your formation forward now. At least to the best of your ability. I think actually they've stopped being absolute idiots, by the way, or at least Yeah, I think the spinning people actually managed to come back into formation somehow. If they did or didn't, I don't know. I don't see any spinning Poeni in this area. Good. Good. Because that was really fucking stupid what I was watching there. Right. You two. I want you to be ready to help out. No slacking now. Slingers. Position yourselves there to support in whatever way you can. Right. Barbarian mercs. Get up there and prepare to hype yourselves up with a war cry. I think the enemy cavalry is expecting the barbarian mercs, but this could be beneficial to us because we could hammer an anvil with infantry this time, rather than just with, you know, the usual infantry anvil and a cavalry hammer. We could have an anvil of barbarian mercs and a hammer of Poenis, which would actually work out in a way, I think. Maybe not perfectly work out, but, you know, it works out. And I like it when things work out. Right, mercs, don't be too slow now. We need to get this plan, you know, timing is how we make this plan effective, because the enemy is still watching us. They are watching my every move. Right, either way. My troops are in position. Spanish mercs, I want you to be there, and I want you to prepare to provide some fire. Prepare to provide firing support. Right. You lot, hype it up. And go in for it. Right. They will double time charge into the enemy. Poenis, move in and hit them in the back. Cavalry, prepare to hit them. Guys, can you just be a little bit more organised, please? By the way, Spanish mercs have started to open fire, and the enemy decides, right, we're going to target the Poenis. Right, that could go wrong. Spanish mercs, get in there and help out. Iberian infantry, get around the flanks and help out. Poenis weren't organised enough, even though they, well, you know, they looked organised a few minutes ago, but either way. It's okay, my men are still maintaining their morale, so it isn't over just yet. It ain't over until the fat man sings. But my men, I do like to think, are in fighting fit shape and are not fatties. Right. Either way, we've got our men in the fray. I am keeping an eye on my general, who is doing what he can. I think he just earned a promotion in the field, so well done you. Even the general's a captain, right. Just going to get you out of there, General. I want to try and refresh your charge bonus. Also, I just don't want to have a dead captain on my hands. Having him die could just ruin everything. Either way, right now, the situation for the enemy is looking a bit desperate. They are surrounded. Don't have a lot of areas to run to. Guys, the faster we get in there, the better. Barbarian mercs don't hold forever, right? Cavalry, get in there and do what you can. They are fighting as hard as they can, though. And have a rearmost unit actually just... Oh, they can't pop off a war cry. I guess it's because, yeah, some of their dudes are in combat, so yeah. I'm not really willing to pull out a unit just to top up a war cry. Wouldn't be worth it. It'd be too much of a hassle and could result in some death. Anyway, the enemy general just threatened to die. Oh, there he died properly this time. Oh, he was a king. Sorry. I don't even know why I was surprised he was a king. Obviously, one of these guys is going to be the fucking faction leader. It's literally the faction leader and the factionaire we're killing here. Because they're the last of the Gauls. Oh, yeah, it's the last of the Gauls. Oh, yeah, your faction gets wiped out. Even though I've probably said it 20 times, but yeah. Oh, it all ends with you. Oh, he's down.
Sweet indeed. And all the sweeter for being so decisive.
And just like that, Gaul made their last stand. And it was fucking pathetic. Since we had basically crippled that faction into the ground. And they had it a long time coming. Either way, a clear victory for Captain Bathiais, who hopefully is man of the hour. Please be man of the hour. Once more, his losses weren't too bad. I mean, overall, his entire little campaign here, he lost about 400 men. He lost less than half his army doing this, and for that I say well done to you. 3 of his units were also promoted, 2 of the barbarian mercs were promoted, and the long shield cavalry were promoted as well. Overall, my men did a good job. Every man made his contribution. And we have Levathan, another territory added to the crown. Or the empire, or whatever you want to call it. Oh, and Gaul's gone.
This land is ours.
Okay. Alright. Disposition here is quite poor. Sack the settlement for what you need to try and maintain some order here. Either way, Gaul lies no more. Our honest hard work destroyed them, And now their skulls are our cobblestones on our road to greatness. Oh yes, they're gone forever now. And also resistance is futile. Right. Levartha may threaten to rebel a few times, but either way I have put it onto a growth build policy and it's actually made the town a bit better. Either way, population here is too low for the town to be of any use to me, so for now we'll use it for its money, and I will also question why my general's not made man of the hour. Either way, that is where we are going to call this an episode, so thank you for joining me on this last stand of Gaul, and next time, taking down some Julii, and possibly getting taken down by some Egyptians. Oh yes. Either way, have a fantastic evening, my friends.